Hey, your Uncle Cooper here. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Goldie, my niece, your cousin, and Goldie didn't know which tires were right for her. The first ones were too much tire, and then the next ones were not enough tire. Anyway, long story short, Goldie found the Coopers, and they were just right. What a happy, practical ending. Go to sleep. I love you. Go with the Coopers. Cooper!
Karting and motorsport enthusiasts, Lucas Oil School of Racing is America's #1 Formula Car race school. Enjoy modern paddle shifters, pit speed limiter, and onboard video along with integrated data systems. Get started today with our 2-day basic or advanced course. Lucas Oil School of Racing is the official school of the road to Indy. We can also qualify you for your SCCA license. Get started today by visiting us at www.lucasraceschool.com.
With over 40 years in business, High Tide Boat Lifts is committed to elevating your craft. Whether you own a personal watercraft or a large yacht, we can design and create the perfect lift for your needs. At High Tide Boat Lifts, we understand that you've worked hard to get to a successful place in life. We'll ensure you have a hassle-free experience, maximizing the time you spend on your boat with family and friends, and supporting your dreams out on the open water.
Championship so close you can taste it. Oliver Askew has won the Freedom 100. Side by side. And your new champion, Kirsten Rasmussen. Qualifying session that we just had, obviously, was earlier in the day. We're talking 5:25. They race tomorrow at 3:20. Kind of in the middle. They're going to have a better feel for what the track's going to be like, temperature-wise. We know a lot of rubber going down now from the IndyCar guys as well. This track is going to be drastically different than the one that they just drove on earlier today.
It has changed throughout the day, and we saw through some of the other series on the road to Indy as well that the times very quickly got towards the record times that were achieved last year. And the track is, I believe, as you phrased it, has come in. Yeah. Everybody knows that there is rubber on the track, and the track is fast. There is speed out there to be had in these Indy Lights cars.
And you know there's going to be some fresh rubber going on these cars as well. I wouldn't be surprised to see some of these drivers start off on the tires they used in the last qualifying session, use them up, and then go to another fresh set here to try to see if they can't get up front. This This track you can pass on. There's a couple of really good opportunities I think we know. Turn 1, you can get it done in some of the twisty stuff in the back too if you dive to the inside. Turn 4, of course, coming down to turn number 10, that's a passing opportunity. It's not easy, but it's a passing opportunity. And you can do it in the hairpin as well. Obviously, get to the inside of someone into the hairpin. But track position still crucial, right? You qualify up front. And I want to say, if you look back, Steve Wittick from TSOladder.com, I think he put a ton of different stuff out on his preview for the weekend. And I want to say you go back to one of the drivers who have came forward. I think maybe 8th or something like that's the furthest back someone has ever won from. It might even be less than that. And I believe it was Felix Sorales a number of years ago. So again, if you start outside the top 8, there's a good chance you're not going to go to the front. So you got to get a good qualifying effort in here.
And that's the importance of qualifying, as you said. There are an extra set of tires in the Indy Lights Series, 4 versus 3 from the USF 2000 and Indy Pro 2000. So it is likely that we will see fresh sets of tires from all these runners at some point. Interesting the strategy that we saw in the earlier qualifying session. Would drivers go to a fresh set of rubber in the first qualifying session? Would some hold off until the second set to use up another set of tires? It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, but we do expect fast qualifying times that are set to come out shortly.
Yeah, there's a lot more to come here, folks, as the drivers get ready to fire things up. We'll look out indeed. Green flag has flown. We are underway now with the drivers, 13 of them strong, getting ready to get at it here for qualifying for race number 2. As Todd had alluded to, that race 2 is going to be earlier in the morning. It's going to be a 10 o'clock run before the NTT IndyCar Series main event. Tomorrow afternoon, 3:20, they'll go at it. Just great to have Indy Lights back again. A full year hiatus after the shutdown in March, that long lockdown for the COVID-19 pandemic.